stop. Before you scroll, before you move on to the next video, I need you to hear this, not later, not when you retire, now. Because what I'm about to say, I learned too late.
And by the time I understood it, most of my life was already gone. I'm 79 years old. I've buried friends. I've watched people work their entire lives only to realize they never actually lived. And if you're not careful, you might do the same. So give me a few minutes, because this may be the most important conversation you hear this year. Most people think life is about building something, more money, more security, more success, more respect. I believe that too. I thought if I just worked hard enough, sacrificed enough, waited long enough, one day I would arrive at this magical place where everything finally felt okay. But that place doesn't exist. I chased it for over 50 years, and every time I got close, it moved further away. I grew up in a small house with thin walls and thinner wallets. My father worked in a factory. Every night he came home exhausted, hands cracked, shoulders bent, and people still treated him like he didn't matter. I remember standing behind him in a grocery store once. The cashier barely looked at him, like he was invisible. Something broke inside me that day. I promised myself, I will never be invisible. So I decided success would be my shield. And I worked, I worked, 60 hours a week, sometimes 70, weekends, holidays, birthdays. I missed my daughter's school play because of a meeting that no one remembers today. I missed family dinners, vacations, ordinary Tuesdays that turn out to be the moments you miss most later. But I told myself it was temporary. I'm doing this for them. That's what people say when they're slowly disappearing from their own lives. By my early 50s, I had everything I thought I wanted. Big house, nice car, important title, people shaking my hand like I mattered. And one night, I sat alone in that big house and realized I had never felt more alone. Success didn't feel like victory. It felt like arriving at a party after everyone had already left. My kids grew up while I was busy planning a future that was already happening without me. One day my son told me, "Dad, you were never there, even when you were in the room." That sentence still echoes in my head, because he was right. I provided everything, except myself. Here's the truth nobody tells you about time. You don't notice it disappearing. There's no alarm, no warning light, no message that says, use this moment wisely. It just quietly slips away, day after day, until one morning you wake up and realize most of it is gone. Now I go to more funerals than weddings. And do you know what people talk about at the end of life? Not promotions, not bank accounts, not expensive things. They talk about moments, people they loved, things they wished they had said, time they thought they had, but didn't. The happiest people I know aren't the richest. They're the ones who stop chasing. They wake up, notice the sunlight, call someone they care about, laugh easily. They aren't trying to prove anything anymore. They're just here, fully here. So what destroys a life? Not failure, not bad luck. It's postponing living, waiting for the right time. I'll relax when things settle down. I'll enjoy life after this project. I'll spend time with family after I retire. Later, 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 later is where dreams go to die. If you're young, listen carefully. You don't need permission to live your life. You don't need to earn happiness. You don't need to become someone else first. You're allowed to enjoy your life now. Not when everything is perfect. Not when everyone approves. Now. Peace doesn't come from achieving more. It comes from needing less. Less approval, less comparison, less fear of what other people think. The day you stop measuring your life against everyone else. Something inside you finally relaxes. If I could go back and talk to my younger self, I wouldn't give him business advice. I'd say, slow down, look around. This is the good part. Because someday, you will wish you could come back to this exact moment. Even the ordinary ones, especially the ordinary ones. So don't waste your life waiting to feel alive. Stop chasing a finish line that keeps moving. Spend time with people who matter. Take care of your health. Notice small joys. Say what needs to be said. Because in the end, a meaningful life isn't built from achievements. It's built from moments. If this message spoke to you, share it with someone who is working too hard and living too little. And tell me in the comments, what are you postponing right now? Subscribe if you want more conversations like this. I still have a lot to say, and not as much time as I used to.